The Premier League encounter in the Monday Night Football will happen at the Tottenham Hotspurs Stadium. Chelsea will go toe-to-toe against Tottenham, who are currently league leaders in the Premier League table. Chelsea would like to continue their good form against Tottenham. Mauricio Pochettino will be making a return back to his former club, facing Ange Postecoglou. Postecoglou, who has managed to transform his Tottenham side. In our video today, we do a tactical preview of this match. So, the Premier League encounter will be quite crucial, especially for the title race, since Tottenham are looking like they are in a title race. So, will Chelsea upset them? So, it is really clear that Chelsea's squad is currently under a rebuild, and this is just the game that Chelsea need after a defeat against Brentford at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have looked better away than they have been at home, and we're going to analyze how both teams set up. So Spurs are quite balanced in their possession game. They like to dominate all the thirds of the pitch by having majority of possession. Son and James Maddison have been quite crucial for Tottenham Hotspur, with Son currently having 7 goals and 1 assist, while Maddison having 3 goals and 5 assists, being one of the greatest playmakers in the Premier League this season. The Ange Postecoglou revolution at Tottenham has been quite interesting, seeing the team currently in the top half of the table and being the first team in the table. Ange Postecoglou's project at Tottenham looks to be going on quite well, and we are going to see how this project is improving day by day. Before we continue, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. So let's look at Tottenham. So what do Tottenham do? How do they play? And why are they so different this season? And why they are such a threat to any team that plays against them? So Ange Postecoglou's philosophy is about possession-based football. This involves building the play from the back. So Tottenham are not afraid to build the play under pressure. They like to invite pressure high up the pitch so that they can create spaces in behind where their attacks look like counter-attacks, and we're going to see how they build up. So Tottenham, rather than inverting their fullbacks like Manchester City, what happens is that their wingers start quite high and wide, and their fullbacks move on to occupy the half spaces. This forces the opposition wingers to drop deep to try and track them. From this clip here, you can see the high position of Udogie and Pedro Porro, who are playing as the twin 10s in this system. So Bissouma plays and starts as the single pivot, with Sarr pushing slightly wider. So when teams decide to press Tottenham, their centre-backs usually have time on the ball since they have numerical advantages high up. But James Maddison leaves his position, drops deep to receive the ball directly from his centre-backs and his goalkeepers, disrupting the opposition pressure. In this clip, you can clearly see Maddison waving his hand, instructing Vicario to pass the ball to him. The main threat of Tottenham is trying to build their play from the middle. They like to overload with the middle part of the pitch with almost all their players. So therefore, they always have a chance to build through the middle by having an extra 2 players, considering the high position of their fullbacks. Having this close to front 6 during build-up ensures that opposition commit less players to the press, and therefore this enables Tottenham centre-backs to have a lot of time and space on the ball. Here you can see that only Bissouma and the 2 centre-backs are in possession, and the majority of the team is high up the pitch. Porro is high up the pitch, and Sarr. In some instances, Sarr drifts out wide to play the right back position where he can link up with Kulusevski and immediately proceed with the ball. From this clip here, you can see that Sarr has dragged himself out in the wide areas so as to receive the ball in space and immediately advance with the ball high up the pitch. So what do Tottenham do in more progressive phases of play? The wingers stay quite wide, the two fullbacks underlap in the half spaces, while the three midfielders consist of Bissouma and Sarr and James Maddison, who drops deep to try and receive the ball directly from the centre-backs. The main aim of this system is to ensure that Tottenham have numerical advantages during build-up, giving them a key strength in attack. So you can see Maddison receiving the ball in this position, and the space of Richarlison dragging out the fullback wide enables Maddison to play these line-breaking passes through the half spaces where Richarlison can make runs and make cutbacks for Son, something that we saw Maddison do time and time again against Liverpool in the Premier League encounter. Overloads are also a quite crucial element of Postecoglou's team. This involves where Tottenham try to create side overloads, and the main aim is to have Kulusevski out wide and in acres of space where he can receive the ball through quick shifts of play and immediately attempt to attack the box. So let's look at how Tottenham play without the ball. How do Tottenham arrange themselves out of possession? So this is how it happens. So Tottenham are a high aggressive pressing team. Their main aim is starting their wingers quite deeper, quite narrower, and the main aim of Tottenham is to limit central progression of the ball, force the ball to be played down the wide areas where they can engage in an aggressive touchline press. The main aim of this aggressive touchline press is to use the touchline as an extra defender, force the opponents to go long where Tottenham can win the ball and immediately launch counter-attacks. So without the ball, they like to settle either in a 4-2-3-1 system or in a 4-4-2 narrow block, limiting central progression and ensuring that opponents are only forced to play the balls down the wide areas. This curtails the opposition any chance to try to create anything against Spurs, and this can force Spurs to engage in touchline press whenever the ball is played down the wide areas. So Chelsea will be looking to try to beat this team, and we're going to see how Chelsea can line up so that they can be able to match this team. The first thing that we need to understand about Chelsea is that Sanchez will most likely start in goal. My pick for the centre-back pairing is Badiashile and Thiago Silva. I don't trust Disasi quite often. I find him sometimes losing his man, but Badiashile and Thiago Silva will be good to start together. Fullback position, I'm going for Reece James and Colwill. I believe that Colwill playing as a left-sided centre-back who will not be advancing will be quite important. I'm going with a midfield three of Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher. They have looked quite good playing together, and they will be my first pick in that midfield. I would also go with Mudryk, who's back, and Raheem Sterling in the wide areas. This is to ensure I have pace, especially since Tottenham will be playing a high line. And I will play with no striker, but rather start Cole Palmer at the false 9 position. I don't believe that Jackson offers quite a lot since he doesn't score goals and misses a lot of chances, and I believe Palmer can help Chelsea mitigate Tottenham's midfield overload. So Chelsea can build up their play as they like to do by having their fullbacks spread quite wide and their centre-backs also playing wider of the two goalkeepers. Palmer in this position can be joined by Conor Gallagher, with the wingers being the highest in the front line. The main aim of this build-up is to have that kind of a Brighton kind of build-up shape that we saw Chelsea build with against Arsenal, where either Palmer or Conor Gallagher drops so deep to receive the ball and enable their team to progress into high phases of play. This might force Tottenham to press Chelsea less, but the main problem here at Chelsea is whether Sanchez will be quite confident, and therefore he needs to pass the ball quick enough for the likes of Badiashile, who can pick runners such as Sterling and Mudryk making runs from out to in the wide areas. When they have the ball, Chelsea can shift into a pseudo back three with Reece James also pushing forward. This will enable Chelsea to have as many as 5 players in midfield, with Raheem Sterling moving to occupy the right half space channel and Cole Palmer playing as the false 9. He can receive the ball, turn and attempt to play the balls to the runs of Raheem Sterling. The main aim of having Colwill tucked in is to ensure that Chelsea have numerical advantages against pacing wingers such as Son and Richarlison. The main aim for Chelsea to also have this 5-man midfield will be quite important and crucial. Without the ball, we know that Tottenham like to build from the back. Their fullbacks like to push high up the pitch. So in this case, Chelsea might decide to sit in a 4-2-3-1 mid-block. The main aim of this mid-block is to deny central progression and use the athleticism of Conor Gallagher and Cole Palmer to press the centre-backs aggressively and force them to make a mistake. Also, Chelsea can move into a more 4-2-2 kind of block where there are 2 wingers stuck in, and this might force Tottenham to try to use the wide areas where Chelsea now can shift and effectively engage Tottenham in wide press. Now, when Tottenham have managed to advance with the ball high up the pitch, this is the system in which Chelsea can employ themselves, sitting in mid 4-4-2 block, where their main aim will be to limit central progression. So, this game will be quite crucial and quite important as Pochettino makes his return back at the Tottenham Hotspurs Stadium, a stadium where he had a lot of achievements as a Tottenham Hotspur coach, having co-worked there close to 5 years. Ange Postecoglou would like to get Tottenham continuing with their impressive start of the season by winning against Chelsea, who are one of Tottenham's bitter rivals. So the Premier League encounter between these two teams will be quite fascinating for the neutral fans and quite tense for the fans of the clubs. Leave your predictions in the comments area below, and if you've watched till the end, thanks for watching.